I remember we were playing Phoenix. They were talking so much shit, telling us we better make the playoffs. We ain't gonna make the playoffs. We out of the playoffs, but y'all, this is a disgrace, bro. Like, y'all got points in the third quarter. This is terrible.
10 to shoot. Edwards. Oh, Edwards! A signature slam! Exclamation point from Rudy Gobert.
That's damn sure my mom said. I've never been swept a day in my life, so I'll be damned if that happens. You know,
How can you say that Phoenix has any chance to win the Western Conference?
What are you talking about? We both picked the Phoenix Suns to win it all.
Our Suns are dead.
No.
I mean, saying it respectfully, I don't know how teams are gonna guard us.
It'd have been funny if it weren't so pathetic. Oh, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
How would you describe your mentality and how it's evolving, Anthony?
I just want to kill everything in front of me, man. That's the main thing.
The Timberwolves complete the sweep. They win a playoff series for the first time in 20 years. Minnesota on to the second round.
The Minnesota Timberwolves just swept the Phoenix Suns. And full credit to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They were ready. They finished the third seed for a reason. And they're just the better team in this series. All the way from the first game. So prior to this postseason, we had NBA talking heads coming out of the woodwork and saying that, you know, the Suns, they're the deepest team. You know, they riled up. He said KD has that playoff experience. We have Devin Booker there. He already made the finals. We have Bradley Beal. That big three is the reason as to why they're going to go ahead and make the finals and, you know, win it all and get a ring. And Minnesota Timberwolves, they don't have any playoff experience. That's the narrative that they were propagating. From game one, you could see the Minnesota Timberwolves were so deliberate in what they did. They went ahead and won game one, 120-95. It was a complete, utter domination, especially from Anthony Edwards. I don't know why Anthony Edwards, he doesn't get the full credit that he deserves, because this man has been balling out of his mind in this series. Then in game two, it happened, 105-93. The Timberwolves take a commanding 2-0 lead. At this point, people are talking about how good Anthony Edwards was and how dominant of the Minnesota Timberwolves are. And people somewhat did not want to talk about how bad KD, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker were. Then there was that speculation that they said, you know, when the series goes back to Phoenix, you know, things will go back to normal. But no, Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves did not let that thing happen. And you could see 126-109 was the final score. Another domination. Then at that point, KD was down 0 for 3. And a lot of situations and speculations are saying, you know, maybe the Suns are going to get swept. Maybe they're going to win game 4 and force a game 5 in an elimination game. But lo and behold, the Minnesota Timberwolves yet again came out and had a very good dominant performance in game 4 and won this game 122-116, sweeping the Phoenix Suns. So the Phoenix Suns, they are the first team right now as we speak, as per recording of this video, to be swept and have an exit in the NBA playoffs. And this is so embarrassing considering the fact that they got swept in their home floor. The Phoenix Suns just had to frustrate their fans like that. It was so embarrassing.
For them in the offseason because of the money they've poured into the top tier players of their roster.
A lot of shift of blame. You're seeing goalposts being shifted and who is to blame for the Phoenix Suns falling. But that's the whole narrative that is going on right now. You've seen Woj came out with a video talking about this whole situation. You could see Frank Vogel's job is at risk. What does the future hold with the Phoenix Suns? Having that huge financial commitment on the 3 superstars who are aging. KD is going to turn 36 this year. He's not getting any younger. Bradley Beal, injury prone. Devin Booker, I mean, he can't do it all alone. And one thing I've seen, the lack of chemistry because these stars have not been able to play together is the main reason as to why they're not able to do anything. And also, not only that, but also their bench depth is non-existent. It is so sad to see that huge financial commitment that they have put into these stars. The Phoenix Suns, led by Matt Ishbia, the owner, mortgaged their future. They have $193 million in payroll. They have 0 first-round picks until 2031 and not a single playoff win. So there's a lot of questions that need to be answered in this offseason, especially with one of the stars being moved. Because if they don't get moved, they're going to get deep into the luxury tax. They're going to play for luxury tax even when they don't even win. So when the Suns just mortgage the entire future, the expectation was just go all in and win the championship. But that was never the case because they just got swept. And people are not even understanding the magnitude of this situation and the gravity of this situation. The Phoenix Suns not only just fumbled the bag completely, but they have set their franchise back years now. Because even if they try to trade away Bradley Beal, they try to trade away KD for whatever value they can get, the damage has already been done because they're not going to get the value that they already gave away so that they can get these athletes. And these athletes have shown that they can't be healthy. One thing that I've been seeing through the whole trade situation, trade scenarios, through just watching the NBA for years now, when a team goes out there and trades for a player and they give up significant value, the expectation is that player is supposed to go out there and play very well and be an efficient player that can lead them to wins immediately, because the draft picks are there to set up the future. But if you trade away your future for win now, the whole objective is to have that player in return, that star player in return, to go ahead and win it right now. Let's take the case of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, he got moved by the Brooklyn Nets in the 2023 trade deadline to the Phoenix Suns. A lot of people said, you know what, KD has gone to a new team and the expectation has changed. The Phoenix Suns are a good organization. And people believed that at that time. And the belief was reinforced when the Phoenix Suns won their first playoff series in 5 games in the first round, beating the Kawhi-less Clippers. Then they went ahead and matched up against the defending champion Nuggets, and they got beat in 6 games. But still, the Phoenix Suns, they were like, you know what, we're not satisfied with what we have going on with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. So let's bring in another third star in Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal signed a 5-year, $250 million contract, which is the heftiest contract. And when he signed that contract from the Wizards, it had a no-trade clause. That means he can only get traded if he allows. The team does not have any authority to even trade him away. And it is one of those bad clauses that teams really dread. But, Matt Ishbia and the Phoenix Suns, he said, you know what, let's go ahead and anyway. Let's go ahead and get him. So went ahead and got him. At the start of the season, the stars were not able to play together for significant games. And because of the huge financial commitment, they were not able to even get the pieces that they needed to fill up the roster and have adequate quality role players. So it was only the big 3, then the others. There are players there that are not even guaranteed. They don't have a guaranteed salary for the next season. And right now, it's just getting worse, considering the fact that fast forward to today, they just got swept. So the Phoenix Suns, not only do they have like zero control of their first round picks from 2025 to 2030, but Bradley Beal also refused to waive his no trade clause when he arrived with the Phoenix Suns. So that no trade clause that he signed on his contract with the Wizards, that was the belief that he's gonna stay with the Wizards. But things changed. Fast forward today, he got traded to the Phoenix Suns in last offseason. So this is a very, very sad situation. He refused to waive it when he got traded. So what that means is the Phoenix Suns cannot just wake up one morning and trade him away like that. He has to allow to be traded, and that gives him a lot of leverage in that situation. So that's a very sad situation for the Phoenix Suns front office, because they gave away a lot of value for him. And I know CP3, he got traded away, then he got traded to the Golden State Warriors, but that's not the whole story. But all I'm just saying is Bradley Beal, who is owed $160 million for the next 3 years, has little trade value remaining. This man has not been able to get his own, has not been able to even play well, given like what the Phoenix Suns had traded for him. Even KD, the Suns truly appear to be stuck with this roster unless they decide to make Kevin Durant or Devin Booker available this offseason for trades and put them on the chopping block in the offseasons. That's the only time they can only get value in return, and they just can't trade away Bradley Beal. And look, let's take a look at what Bradley Beal produced in this game. This man, I mean, Bradley Beal, 9 points. Devin Booker was the only guy that was really, really determined to go ahead. He was 1 point shy from 50 points. Kevin Durant, 33. But look at the others. The only players that played, there were only 8 players that played in this game. Josh Okogie, Eric Gordon, and Little. I mean, the others, the only 2 players that scored 30 points or more is KD and Booker. And there was no help coming whatsoever. There were so many DNPs, Eubanks, Young, Roddy, Bol, IT did not play. And Frank Vogel's coaching job is at risk. There's a higher likelihood that this man is going to lose his job. I know a lot of people say, his job is not at risk. He can try it again. But look at the result of getting a big three, and assembling a big three before this season started, and look at what they got in return. They assembled a big three with the intention of winning now and winning a championship. But what happened? They get swept in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves. I know the Phoenix Suns finished off as a 6th seed. And full credit to the Minnesota Timberwolves, because they are doing what top-seeded teams do. And it's not a surprise that they swept them. Because Anthony Edwards, he was balling out of his mind, and he made sure to make quick work of his idol. And he dropped 40 points at that. Karl Anthony Towns, 28 and 10 boards. And if you look at Anthony Edwards' performances throughout all the games, he has been sensational and he has been spectacular, and he has not left anything to chance, and he has just been doing his thing all through, even with his exclamation dunk at the end of the game. And what I'm looking at right now is like the payroll for the Phoenix Suns. I mean, it's just crazy. Looking at how much they have put into their big three, and looking at how much money that, is even available at the cap space so that they can be able to sign quality role players. It's dismal right now. Kevin Durant is gonna make, he made $46.4 million this season. He's gonna make 49. He's gonna make 50. He's gonna make 49 in the 2024-2025 season. In the 2025-26 season, he's gonna make 53. Let's look at Bradley Beal. This man is owed $160 million. This season, he made $46.7 million. His actual output is about $12 million. In the 2024-2025 season, he's supposed to make $50 million, which is guaranteed. He has $53 million in the 2025-2026 season. Then he's gonna get 27 in the 2026-2027 season. He has a player option for $57.1 million, which he's gonna opt in. I don't see anybody opting out of that kind of money. Then you can even look at Devin Booker. Devin Booker, man, he's gonna make $49.3 million in the 2024-2025 season. You can see he's gonna make $53 million next season, 57, 61, and he's guaranteed $221 million. And this is crazy because looking at that situation with their big three that is taking all of that cap space, and also don't forget Jusuf Nurkic, who is guaranteed $54 million in the course of 3 seasons. you can see they'll have little to no money to even add in players. They can't even take advantage of their mid-level exceptions. They can't take advantage of like their ability to even give vet minimum deals, because any player that's going to get added into this roster is not going to make more than 2.4 million, because a couple of players are just making less money. Eric Gordon 3.3 million, Josh Okogie 2.9, David Roddy 2.8, Damon Lee 2.8, Drew Eubanks 2.6. You can see the only guy that is making more money as a role player, you can see Royce O'Neal, it's 9.5 million, but his contract is up. He's gonna be a free agent. He has the early bird. Then Nasir Little, 6.2 million, 6.7 million, 7.2, 7.7. So he's guaranteed. He's guaranteed 28 million in the next 4 seasons. So it's a very sad situation. And even looking at the draft pick situation, this is sad because the Phoenix Suns not only royally screwed up on the court, but also in their front office. Because right now, the incoming draft picks that they're going to get in the 2024 season is a second-round pick from the San Antonio Spurs, which is protected. Then in 2028, the second-round pick from Boston, and it's protected as well. And they're only second-round picks. They gave up so many first-round picks. So the outgoing draft picks, we have the first-round pick from Washington or Memphis in 2024. In 2024, they gave away their second-round pick to Washington in that Bradley Beal trade. Then in 2020, which has no protections whatsoever, the Boston pick, the second-round pick. Then in 2025, they gave away a first-round pick to Brooklyn with no protections whatsoever. And it came about because of the KD trade. Then you could see in 2025, the second-round pick to Washington with no protections. So Bradley Beal, you can see the signatures of what you're going to. It's hurting them as the years progress. Then a first-round pick from Washington, Orlando, or Memphis. So they have lost so many picks in those trades. In 2026, the second-round pick to Washington, no protections. 2027, first-round pick to Brooklyn, no protection. 2027, second-round pick to Washington, no protection. Then we have 2028 from Washington or Brooklyn or Washington. They're going to trade away. They traded away that second-round pick in 2028. Indiana to New York, no protection. They gave away so much. 2029 first-round pick to Brooklyn, no protection. 2029 second-round pick to OKC, no protection. 2030 Washington or Memphis. And 2030 again, the second-round pick from Washington, no protection. So you can see they mortgage their future for this big three. And these big three are on massive contracts. So if they convince Bradley Beal to get traded and he allows it, that's the only time they can be able to move that contract. But they will not even get any value in return for that, because they gave away so much value for Bradley Beal, and they're not going to be able to get any value back like the one they gave away. So it's a very sad situation. I know there are a lot of Phoenix Suns players that thought that the Phoenix Suns are going to win the championship because of LeBron. Not even LeBron. I don't want to say LeBron. They thought they're going to win the championship because they have KD, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker as the big three. But what they got in return is a first-round sweep at the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves, at the hands of Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan's unclaimed child. I mean, it's just crazy, man. I'm just laughing. And honestly, people must understand this, because it's not just about them playing poorly. It's just about even the front office taking an L on these transactions. Because if somebody just looks back at these moves, it's so embarrassing. It's totally embarrassing. And I just said, let me just highlight this so that people can understand how royally screwed up, how the Phoenix Suns royally screwed up their organization. And yeah, man. If you guys like the video, make sure you leave your feedback down in the comment section. I don't know where the Suns go from here. I don't know if Devin Booker will get traded. At this point, he should be made available. KD should get traded. I don't even know who wants KD at this point. I don't know who wants Bradley Beal at this point. Even if he wants to get traded, I don't know where he goes from here, because Washington is where he wanted to finish off his career, and they gave him the contract that he desired after moving from Washington to the Phoenix Suns, the expectation was to win a championship, which didn't happen because the man is just injury riddled. So, yeah, man, I mean, it's a sad situation, and I'm out. Peace.